while I'm talking because I can't see what I'm doing otherwise.
All right, you were on there.
And you can come over on this side then. And slowly but surely we are getting on here. Now it says that mic is muted. I wonder if anybody else can hear.
It should be coming through that phone.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Hopefully somebody is on there. If you can hear us, please say that you can hear us because we're still having computer problems today. Actually, it's not a computer problem, it's a camera problem. My camera does not want to cooperate with my broadcast. So, are they saying they can hear?
Yes, yes.
Good, we can hear again. I am very frustrated with this camera situation. It works sometimes. It works on it works on other computers. You know, I've got the separate camera to plug into my computer, and it works on other computers just great, but it doesn't work on my computer. For some reason, it used to work before, now it doesn't want to work. And I got it working last night, and now we're back to the same thing. It's a lot of information. I get it. I know what you mean, but I'm very frustrated with it. So we are in today, uh, finally getting somewhere. Hooray, hooray. I'm very happy about this. Debbie is here. I'm pulling up another computer. Okay, we're just going to enter studio. Ooh, there we go. Completely close that. Not now. There we go. So we've got a few people watching. Who is here? Yay, we have 8 people watching. Diane, how are you? Good to see you. Marisa, nice to see you. Give me a shout out so I can say hey to you. Are you hot? Or do I look hot? No, that's good. Usually I'm the one that's hot. She brought me a fan. Usually I'm the one that's hot. And she brought me a fan, and I was like, is she hot? That's weird. It's usually just me. Hello. Hi, Miss Ruth. How are you? So happy to have everybody joining us for What's New Wednesday. I didn't get to do this the week before because my camera wasn't working, remember? And then last week, hey, Lisa, I see y'all popping up slowly but surely. And then last week on Wednesday, I took a class. Remember on my newsletter, I had a class for Uzoma Samuel Anyanwu, and he was our visiting artist from Nigeria. Such a delightful person and so incredibly talented. Some of you all came to the trunk show and lecture that we had the Saturday prior. It was out of this world. Hey, Miss Jana, the trunk show and lecture that he did was just out of this world. What a talented artist. He's a fiber artist. He's a fabric and fiber artist and classically trained, but went back and started doing it with fabric because his mother and sisters also, and as he says, um, they always had fabric all over the house, and he wanted to use that. So they also, not also, they all sew, and he would pick through their stuff and start using it to create his art. So last Wednesday, he was here actually teaching a workshop, and it was fabulous. If you want to see, I worked on, I don't know how to turn this camera on now. Ooh, there she goes. This is good because I have Debbie working the camera for me. So, this is what I started working on and got caught. This is as far as I made it in one entire day. Okay. You know why? It's very intense. He was very um, informational with his lecture and directions. And then you're kind of picking stuff out and trying to decide, does this look good? Does that look good? And you're trying to get the shadowing just right. I think I did a pretty good job on the eyes. I have to work on this one. I only did the iris and part of the white of the eye. So I still have some more work to do with those. Add on some more here, and then I've got to do the nose. And that's going to be a little bit tough also. The hair, I haven't done. He just drew some fun spiky hair. This is actually from one of his portraits. His neighbor, he said, it's a little girl that's his neighbor. And then you learn to go in and do the shading around the lips and to give it depth right here, so that the lips look like they are rising from the flat surface of the skin. You know, it's we're not flat. We have higher parts. Your nose comes out farther than the flat surface of your skin. Your cheeks come out a little bit farther, and you have to try to get the lighting where the light was the brightest right here, and then she's in the shadow this way. So that's what I was working on last week, and this is as far as I made it. So that all of that to say that that's why I didn't have my What's New Wednesday last Wednesday, and I forgot about it. I forgot to put a note out there that I wasn't going to do it, and I actually thought I would take a break from the class and come out here to do it. And then when I looked up, it was like 4:30, and I went, "Oops! I guess I forgot to do it." Nonetheless, thank you, Diane. Thank you for saying it's amazing. It's a lot of fun, and you know it's right up my alley, this collage. Just faces are hard to do. Eyes are the hardest thing, and then noses come in right behind that as being the hardest things to do. So thank you for saying it looks amazing. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. Yay. So we've got some fun things to talk about. Came back from market. Oh my gosh, so many beautiful things to see. And it was so nice coming back from market because this year's market in Houston was so different from last year. Last year was the first market since COVID. So they did not have all the sellers in and buyers from all over the world. They had just the people from here in the United States, mostly because we're talking last year, mostly because we could have people come into the United States, but they were worried about being able to get into their country, return to their country after the market because of the COVID situation. You know, last year was still kind of iffy for the airlines and stuff. So it was kind of smaller than what we were accustomed to. We didn't have anybody from Australia, China, Japan. Um, we get some people from New Zealand, Mexico, South America, both as vendors and shoppers, and there were very few of them last year. This year, it was so much nicer because we saw a lot of those familiar faces back. They were here, lots of people from Australia teaching, uh, designers, their fabrics, plus the students, not students, were buyers, you know, that own quilt shops and stuff. It was just a lot nicer. And of course, seeing everything in person, you see the fabric on paper and print, but when you see it in person, it's even more beautiful. And then when you see it made into a whole quilt or a whole project, you're just like, oh, you love it. It's even more beautiful. Then it's the same thing like when you make a quilt, right? You start it off, you see it on the paper pattern, you're like, okay, I like that. You pick out your fabric, you start making it, and you're still like, oh, this is so pretty, it looks nice. But when you finally get it quilted and get it all put up on the wall or on the bed or whatever, then you go, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous, right? Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Ooh, excuse me. This is what I start choking on my own spit. I can't even walk. Like I trip on my own feet and I choke on my own spit. Yes, I'm a little bit afflicted. So I brought in a couple of things to show you that we have. I'm excited to show you. First thing I want to tell you about is if you're in the area, Frisco Quilt Guild is having a quilt store, and quilts and other handmade items are going to be for sale. So if you want to give a quilt to somebody and maybe you don't have time to make it, you can always just buy the quilt and put your label on it. Heck, they're not going to know who it came from. Okay, they don't know. We don't tell. There's a quilt sale going on with the Frisco Quilt Guild. November 18th. So that is going to be, what day is that?
The 10th is a Friday.
Okay,
Does that mean
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So next Saturday, I guess. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. Yeah. And it's going to be at the Frisco Public Library from 10 to 2:30. So if you're looking for some quilts or maybe fabric type items that you want to give away as gifts this year, this is a place to go. Frisco Quilt Guild, Frisco Public Library, Conference Room C, but I'm sure they'll have signs up, and it is next Saturday, November 18th. Yay! So let me show you. This is one of the patterns that we brought back that I was very excited about. Yes. Look at this. Can you see all these fun flowers? Okay, I'm going to put it right here. Yay. Look at these fun little flowers. See how they're 3D, but they are tacked down? You see there? You can see on the back all the little tacking right there. Look at this fun, fun, fun pattern. This pattern is not in the system yet. And I bet Debbie's trying to put it in really fast. You don't have to. It's okay. She hates when I pop stuff into the show without telling her ahead of time because she likes to be organized. She hasn't figured out that I'm not organized about anything. So this is a really fun little floral pattern with 3D flowers right here. Okay, the pattern is called Popped Color. Oops, let's go this.
back.
I don't know what the heck is going on. The pattern is called Popped Color, and you can see that she's made it as a table runner right here. And then there is the pillow cover, which I would probably call this a pillow cover because it is 14 by 14. So, yeah, you could put a pillow uh, on this. It was sold as a sample to be able to get it up on the wall so we could see it right away. And then this is a little quilt back here. The quilt is going to be about 38 by 42. And it's really easy because you can just add more rows, right? So you can make this as big as you want. Oops, sorry, I kicked the camera. And this is going to be a really pretty quilt. Now, if you're thinking you want to hang it up on the wall, that's not a problem. You should hang it on the wall, and that's okay. But if you're thinking you want to give it to somebody, keep in mind you can't give it to somebody with a baby the way it's designed because of the buttons, right? These buttons can come off, and that becomes a choking hazard because they're really small. So you'd have to think of something else to put right here, and maybe just tacking it down would be the way to go with it. But yeah, this can be made like a little baby quilt. And you know what? It's a scrap buster. It is so awesome. So Popped Color is the name of the pattern. And it is by Swan Amity Studios is who designed this one. I just really, really love this. And we are going to have it. If it's not up on our walls by tomorrow, it will be Friday. Friday. We're still trying to get it together. We had a training meeting on Monday, and I was able to get all my team together in one room so we can start planning stuff for next year. And I am so excited about the stuff we talked about and the stuff we're going to be doing. I am just ready for the new year to go ahead and start now because we have so many cool things that are going to be starting. Yay! Right? So, this is one of the things that I brought back. Another thing that we had, let me see. I put down, oh, yes. And then I put down that bias ruler, and I don't know where I put it down. So, this is a boxed bag template. Let me see. I was going to show you on the back of something. As we were frantically trying to get the cameras. Hi.
Hello, that's beautiful.
Thank you. As we were frantically trying to get the cameras going again, well, that's not any good either. Trying to find something I can show this on.
White?
I don't know. Let's see.
What size is the back border? A 9 by...
Here, I'll put this out and see if this helps. You can't see it on the green, and you can't see it. Let's see. Let's try that. And I just made my screen go away. Yay.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, yeah, that's much better, right? Okay, so you can see this right here. This is a boxed bag template. And what is so cool about this is that you can use it for all the different things that you do with a box bag, with a bag that has a gusseted corner or a flat corner on one side. So when you have to cut off a part of the corner, you know how sometimes on your bag purses it tells you to cut off, say, a 1 inch by 1 inch in the corner. It might say, like, right here in this corner, we'll move it down, to cut off 1 inch and 1 inch. Okay, that's not 1 inch. Like this, okay? Right? And it tells you to cut it, and you're cutting with your scissors, and you might go too far or you might reach it. This is going to allow you to do it 1 inch.
A little bit of everything.
Okay, so I've got my, that is not it. Remember how to do this. Okay, so if I was going to do 1 inch by 1 inch, I'm going to get my ruler right here and see the 1 inch and see the 1 inch. I'm going to put it right there. Then I can run my rotary up to right here, and it has this little teardrop shaped hole right there and right there. And that's so your blade can run into this, run right into here, and you're going to get a cut straight up to the corner. You run your blade this way and right there, and you get a cut straight into this corner. So it's designed by the 45 millimeter rotary cutter, which is going to give you these little slots to use. It is super cool to be able to use this. Then you have a little ruler down here on the bottom, which is just really nice because sometimes you have to be able to measure stuff, right? So you have a measuring ruler right there. You don't have to go looking for it somewhere else. If you want to cut a curve on one of your bags, or you could even use this on a quilt or anything, you want to cut a curve, you can just cut it right there because you've got that curved edge right there, which is also really, really nice. And if you have to cut, say, a dart into something, again, you can use this triangle edge to cut a dart. You have this little hole right here so that your blade can run into it and cut all the way to the edge, and your blade can run into it and cut all the way to the edge. So you're not going to have this extra little piece right here that you got to pull your scissors out and cut. You've got your measurements right here, so there's no need for you to have to run around trying to find your ruler because you also have the ruler right here. Then she also put in your curved midline. So if you're looking at something to see, I want to cut a curve, you don't have to worry about being too low on one side like this. You can see it's not straight. You can line it up exactly with where your curve's going to be and then come straight down this way so you know you are right in the middle of where it's supposed to be. Really, really love this ruler. We've got them in now. It's by Carolina Moore. She also owns a quilt shop. I want to say Michigan, maybe. I don't have her stuff here. She also owns a quilt shop, though, Really, really cool person. I know her. I get to chat with her on Wednesday nights when I am talking to other people from around the country. So we also got in, there was something else. Oh, the apples. Would you grab some fat quarters of the apple fabric?
Sure.
Clara. That was the one I wanted to show you. I hadn't shown it. I'm sorry. So while she grabs that, tell me what you all have been doing. Are you all sewing? Are you getting ready for Christmas? Are you doing your Christmas sewing? Are you at home sewing? Right now, this weather is hot again. I hope it's hot by you. It's supposed to get rainy and cool again this weekend. And I'm looking forward to it because my husband and I are going camping. He has his birthday this coming Sunday. And so, thank you. So we're going camping for his birthday. I'm looking forward to that. He's looking forward to that. And we are going to Lake of the Pines in Texas, which is out in beautiful East Texas. Really excited about that. And we want it to cool off because it's been hot the last few times. The other best thing about it is the burn ban has been lifted for East Texas. So we can have a campfire now because we haven't been able to have a campfire for many months that we've gone. So one of the other new lines that we got in is from Figo. Figo is a division of Northcott Fabrics. It's kind of the younger, more hip version of fabrics for Figo for Northcott. So it is called Clara. This new fabric line is called Clara. The designer's name is Bernadette Urban Urbanowicz. Thank you. I was like, I have to remember it like Urbanowicz, but it's Urbanowicz. I have to try to remember it differently. I love this new fabric line. She writes that she decided or she designed this thinking about her grandmother's garden in Hungary. And her grandmother had a garden that had apples growing in it, orchards in it. I've got that right there. And they also had other herbs and other flowers in there because they would pick them and sell them and then make homemade food and canning and stuff. This is one of the pieces right here. You can't see it very well, though. The background is a beautiful kind of gray, but it's a rustic gray. It's not real smooth. It looks like it has texture, maybe the side of a burlap bag or something. It's dark gray. The leaves are gray. And then your apples, instead of them being a bright red, they're a really pretty kind of salmon color or coral color. I love the way this looks. It's just very classic to me. I don't always like things like perfectly red or very kitcheny looking where it's the bright red and bright green and bright stuff. I like things a little bit more subdued if I'm going to do fruits, or it has to go super bright for me. It's one way or the other. You've got some really pretty little flowers right here, the buds for the apples. This is the dark version. Her light version, if you like that, is also really pretty. Look at that one. So you've got the light version and the dark version. Again, that you've got the background that looks like it has texture on it. And the leaves, you can see them here, they're outlined in black. So you really get the impression that they're hand drawn. It's not looking like just a print, it's looking like something off of a sketchbook. And you've got the white flowers now instead of the little cream colored flowers. Now they're white. And these are more green than they are gray. The flowers are more green. Not flowers, the leaves are greener than they are gray. So, this is kind of the two main highlights of the line. She has also, which I think is so much fun, this cross stitch print. Look how pretty this is. This gorgeous little cross stitch print that you can use whole like that. Different ones, okay? You've got this with little flowers and this with like a little clover. And then you just have the little tiny block markings right there. You know, the little tiny, what do you call them? They're not X's, crosses kind of. I don't know if you can see that there. Try not to move for you. So you've got some little tiny X's right there, or crosses, whatever. This is the light colorway. I'm sorry, the dark colorway. And then you have the light colorway. Now look how this is just coming together. How pretty is that? The same thing. And you know what I'm thinking? Okay, I just have a thought. I need this. Thank you. I just had a thought. I wonder if, where's 2 1/4? Ooh. So this, yeah. So this right here, from here to here, is about 1 1/4. If you add another 1/8 of an inch on each side using your ruler, and you cut it 1/8 of an inch, so it would be right there on that line, you could fold this in half and use it as a binding, which I think would be even prettier is this one right here. That if you folded it in half, you could use it as a binding. It takes a little bit of fussy cutting, but that's okay. Look how cute that looks. If you did it as a binding, it would look like it has a scalloped edge. Look how cute that is. So I'm telling you that in anticipation of some great fabric we're going to be getting from Art Gallery. And it is fabric that is designed to be a binding. So pretty. I might have to just try this. I've got something I got to work on this weekend. Look how cute that would be to make it a binding. Or this one, let's see what it would look like with this one. Cute also. Look how cute that could be. Look right here. Not this part. Right here. That could be such a cute little binding. Oh my gosh. Love it. So this is the little cross stitch in her dark. And then this is the light one. Then she has some other very pretty little flowers. She calls these dogwoods. And because it looks like a dogwood flower, right? Look how pretty that is. You've got all the shading in there. You've got the gray right there. This is a very light peach color, as is this right here. And then you've got the salmon color or the coral color right here. Again, you can see the black outlines on everything. So it looks like it's hand drawn. These are just kind of that, it's a grayish green, but it looks a little bit blacker. These little buds right here, it's not, they're not blacker, they just look like that. After that one, she has some pretty filler pieces. One of them being, thank you. One is this little tiny pattern right here, this little floral. I hate when these get all full of strings. Does that bother y'all when that happens? It bothers me. I can't stand it. Okay, that's better. Look how pretty that little floral is. A very pretty little coral. And then in the gray background right there, you can see how pretty these are all just coming together. Additionally, she has a great little plaid. I love this little plaid. It's a gray plaid and it has little tiny apples on it. Can you see the apples right there? How cute are they? They're cut in half and then they're whole. Fun little plaid right there that kind of pulls it all together. You've got a gray with dots and a peach with dots. You see that one? That's the peach with dots. That's going to go really beautifully with this right here. This little flower right here. Or here it is right here. This little flower, it's pulling it all together and helping it tie in. Or you can go with the gray, which is also going to tie in beautifully. So you can see just how pretty this all works together. Such a pretty soft quilt. Makes you want to jump in and snuggle with it right now. I do. Well, maybe not this minute because it's hot outside. The thought of it being hot in a quilt on me is yeah. But I will be by tomorrow because it's supposed to get cold again. Cooler. The last one I want to show you is what she calls doily. Look how pretty that is. It looks like lace in the background. Can you see how pretty that is? Lace in the background looks like a doily. Who had doily? Do you remember going to your grandparents' house with doilies on the table? Or are you too young for that? I remember doing that. My grandmother didn't make them, but she always had them in her house, which makes me think that other people made them, like aunts and uncles. But back then I didn't know. So yeah, see that little lace? It's called doily, and then she has it in the dark background as well. Oh, Janice says yes, crocheted. She crocheted them. Yeah, my grandmother didn't crochet. My grandmothers didn't crochet. One of them sewed, but they always had this kind of stuff around. Um, yep, I was thinking the crosshatch would be cute as binding. It would be. You're right. You're right. Yeah. So this is a dark gray. It has a little bit of a green tint to it. So it's a gray with a little bit of green in it, but it's so pretty putting it right next to these because this has a little bit of green in it as well. These little pieces right here. It makes a beautiful background for any of this without being overpowering, which I love. So you can see, look how it blends if you did a background with either one of these. It just blends beautifully. It's a pretty, pretty, pretty line. I would run into the store and buy it if it were not in my store already. I would come running over here because it is just gorgeous. We've got the fat quarters available. It didn't come in pre-cuts, but we have the stripology ruler that you can buy and cut your own jelly rolls, which is totally fun. And then, oh, you know what else I got? Oh, I don't know what I did with it. The Ten Sisters. What did I do with that?
Do you want to mention the crayon? Is that what it is?
She's right. Also, in these prints for Clara, we got rayon. And if I'm not mistaken, it is this one, right? I think
Yes.
came in rayon to make blouses. And I've got two really, really great blouses. They are called Corin, which is somebody's name, Corin. Oh, there you go. And the other one is Augusta. These are by Grainline Studio. And yes, they're already on the website. Grainline Studio does some really great patterns. If you haven't tried sewing with them, they are really good. The other thing that I like about it is they list on here what it is. This is considered a beginner top because it's very easy. This is going to be an intermediate top because you have a collar on here. But collars are super easy to do. Okay, don't ever be afraid of collars. Collars are easy to do. So it has a collar right there. And this one has short sleeve or long sleeve. This one is, you can have it with a flat front and a regular back, flat back, or you can have it gathered at the waist in front and gathered in the back, or gathered in the front and flat in the back. So, the other thing that I like about Grainline Studios, and we carry this in store, like I said, they have two different sizes. First off, let me tell you that Grainline Studios, with the sizes that they have, run true to size. They're not like buying patterns at the pattern counter at the craft store, and then you get home, and if you wear a 12, you get home and you try it on, and it either fits like a 25 or it fits like a size 6, because you had to. I don't know where they got their measurements from. This is going to run more true to size with how you usually buy your clothes. It has 0 to 18 with a B cup right here. And then our other one is, hold on, I'm going to reach it real quick. Yeah, 14. It's okay. Just this one. So this other one is going to be a 14 to 30 with a D cup, which makes it really nice because they're telling you which one is going to work best for you. And you go, you can't always just get a size 18 and expect it to fit like a size 18 for a girl with curves, because we got curves in all the right places. And here, you can't just enlarge the size and make it work. You got to add a little bit of sway and a little bit of darts and stuff like that to make it still look nice. So they do patterns specifically 0 to 18 with a B cup, 14 to 30 with a D cup. And they do that for their blouses, which I really like and I appreciate it, because I hate trying to do all my own alterations. Really don't like that a bit. The other thing that we got, let me put this away for a second. Are y'all liking these fabrics? Did you like them as much as I did showing you all? I hope you did, because I think they're gorgeous. I just think they're beautiful. So I'm just kind of folding these, putting these out of the way. Does anybody still sew clothing? Anybody? Anyone? Okay. I'm going to run and go get my 10 Sisters pattern, and I will be right back. You can look at this for just a second, and I'll tell you all about it in a minute.
Hey, how you doing, Brenna? Bonnie says she's pattern tested for Green Line. Hi, Bonnie.
Okay. That wasn't too bad, was it? Under a minute. Okay. A new pattern designer out there. Well, they've been around a little bit. I just haven't brought them into the store yet, but we are going to be bringing them in. Their patterns and their grid fabric is 10 Sisters. And she really is one of 10 sisters, the lady who does this. This is really, really cool, because what you are doing is working on a grid pattern, a grid background, and you're laying out your fabrics. And you know what? I'm missing one. I'll have to look to see where it went. It's got the grid background. Can you see it right there? You are laying them out in the shape of your design, whatever it is you're designing. And then what you do is come in and you sew along the seams. You fold it in half and sew along the seams. You get perfectly matched corners this way. And it makes your sewing so pleasurable, because you're not having to worry about whether they are all straight or if they've gotten a little wonky or anything like that. It just makes it so fun and easy. One of the other patterns that they have, look at how cute this is. This is little pumpkins right here. This is the spool of thread called Little Spool. Love it. You're gonna see this all over the shop in just a minute. Look at their books. I got 3 of them right here. This is called Around the Block Quilts. This is all done with their grids, teaching you how to do it. Look at that. Oh my gosh, a Boston Commons. Look how fun these are. And it's all done with that grid interfacing. So much fun. I fell in love with this one. Looks like a, what is it, Hunter Star. I think it's a Hunter Star. No, it's not. Around the World, I think. But look how gorgeous these are. You see them in the book and you really can't appreciate them without seeing it in person. I think they're so much fun. And what's fun about it is that it's easy to do. So you can get these whipped out, maybe not overnight. You still got to do some work on them, but you can get them whipped out pretty quickly. So you will be seeing this. I've got this one called Heirloom Quilts, and one more, 10 Quilts for 10 Sisters. Love how this came out. She did one. It has a picture of all her sisters in there. Look how fun. And then you've got the gorgeous pictures of the quilts right there. You can see the layout. Woo, look how beautiful. You can see the layout with the fabrics that they have or how she chose to lay them out. It's all graphic, so it's not particular fabric that she used. She's using dark and lights and mediums just to show you how to lay it out. But just so much fun. And you know what? If you like to sew with your grandchildren or children, or just somebody that you want to sit around the table and everybody is sitting there putting their pieces together, kind of like working on a puzzle, this is a great pattern book to do that. This is a great thing that everybody can sit around and work on it. Think of it as activities for Thanksgiving. Yes, getting them around there and being able to sew these patterns and put these things. And then the kids will be like, oh, I helped make that. That was so much fun. So those are just some of the things that we brought back from market. I'm going to be able to show you more and more in the coming weeks as stuff continues to come in. I'll be able to show you more of the stuff. So let me tell you what we've got coming up this week so you can get in on the registration. We have the See and Sew tote class coming up. That's going to be this Friday. Susan Batterby teaches that, and it is a great little bag that has zippers in it. The zippers are so easy to do. You don't have to worry about it. The vinyl that you can see through, so when you pack all your stuff, you have it and you can see right through it. Another easy process. She shows you how to do it so that you can just put it all together and walk home with it looking nice. We have a Christmas tree skirt. It's foundation paper piecing, and this is kind of one of those heirloom pieces. When you're done with it, either everybody's going to fight to have it or whoever gets it is going to cherish it because it is a stunner. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece that we have. You can kind of see it hanging up right there. Let me see, move my finger there. This is it right here. You can see it a little bit. It is a beautiful, beautiful foundation paper piece.
When's that class?
That one is going to be Saturday, the 11th. So that's this Saturday. The collage class, not doing the faces. You can pick out any other pattern you want to do. I can't do the faces, so don't ask me to do the faces. I can't do that because it's not a pattern and that would be a copyright infringement. However, we have lots of other patterns for you to work with. That's going to be next Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday, which is the 15th and 16th. Posh Santa is learning stuff with the quick curve ruler. If you haven't signed up for it, put your name on the wait list. It's already sold out, but put your name on the wait list. And then I have a beginner paper, English paper piecing class. I have done a few more little blocks for our English paper piecing. I can show you the other one I just finished. Let me reach over and grab it. Come back, come back. So if you remember, this is, maybe you don't remember, maybe I didn't show you. So this is the one that I did. I have kits for these for sale on the website. They are Lucy Boston, Patchwork of the Crosses. This is the kit and it runs $24.99. With that, you're going to get your fat quarters and 100 pieces of paper in there because you can make approximately 4 blocks. This is the one that I put out first. And then the next one that I put out is this one. I finished this one this weekend and brought it in yesterday. So we've got 2 different ones. They are made using the same 4 fat quarters, but you can see the way you lay them out is going to change how they look. So that's kind of the fun of Lucy Boston, is you can switch your fabrics around just a bit and get a different taste on all of them. Those are the 2 that we have right now, the kits for it. They're just gorgeous. I'm working on another one this weekend. Yay! So those are the classes. Let me see. What else do we have? The English paper piecing class, and then the hand sewing club again. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving will be closing early, and on Thanksgiving Day we are closed. Now, the Friday after Thanksgiving, we are doing a kids class to make a stocking. And Kelly, our newest employee, will be teaching that class here at the store. It is on the website that you can register, but I don't have all the information down yet. You can just register if you want to hold a spot for somebody. The best ages for this are going to be between 8 and 12 years old. And they will be making a stocking. There's a supply fee for it so that they can come in, pick out whatever they have. The fabric is already sorted for them and the pattern is included. This is a fun project for kids to learn how to sew. Okay. Really fun little thing. And then we have Boast and Toast the last Saturday of the month and Quilters Game Night coming up. Actually, I think I got those two mixed. Oh no, Quilters Game Night comes after Boast and Toast. Yep. And our next shop hop. If you haven't seen our next shop hop, it is going to be so much fun. Each shop is going to have a cookie recipe and a kind of kitcheny project that you can pick up the kit for and make. So you don't have to go around and collect all the quilt squares. This is not going to make a quilt. There's 12 shops in this. You have 12 different choices of projects to make, or all 12. And they are fun. Some of them are going to be like the scarf dish towel. We are doing a pie carrier. You just kind of pull it together and you've got it ready to carry a casserole or a pie, anything that's kind of round or square. We have oven mitts. There are people that are doing, trying to think of what else off the top of my head, a cookie carrier. There are some really cute ideas out there. And then every shop has a different cookie recipe. That is going to be so much fun because I always love to collect cookie recipes from friends because then I know they're good, right? You've tasted them and you know they're good. And these are all the favorites of the quilt shops. So we are going to have that shop hop coming up from December 2nd. Oh no, how did I do this? I printed it upside down. From December 2nd through the 9th is what this one is. And so you got a Saturday to Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're very, very excited about it and looking forward to it. So that is everything that I have. Yes, Barbara loves the theme for the shop hop. That's because your bestie gave us the idea. Vicki Adams gave us that idea because we were at a retreat and I was saying I need to do something different. And Vicki said, I know what you all should do. And so I took it and ran. Yep, Barbara, it's a great idea. And everybody's having a great time with that, having a fun time picking out patterns and what they want to do and cookies. I think it's a great thing. I'm going to put Vicki on the task of coming up with projects for all our shop hops now. I'm going to say this is her new job. Yes, it is her thing. So I'm glad you joined us today. I hope you continue to have a great week and get some sewing in. It's always nice to spend a little bit of time behind the sewing machine. I was going to tell you, we do have some great sales coming up for, what did I do with my, we get to start doing some, what does Noelle call it? Stress dancing?
Oh, yeah.
What does she call it? Is that
generational trauma?
Generational trauma dancing. Yes. We'll have to tell you about that one day. So if you're thinking about Christmas gifts or you want to start telling your husband about Christmas gifts, we do have some great sales coming up for Elna. You've got prices in our catalog right here, and you can click on the picture on the website. You'll see it down at the bottom of my website, and it's I'm showing it to the wrong camera. You can see it on you can see some of the prices on the website, see the catalog. They have got some great deals going on. Don't let those prices scare you. That's for like top of the line, the Mercedes of the Mercedes, the Teslas of the Rolls Royces. But you can go a little bit lower. You don't have to go with the high dollar ones. Here are some other ones that are just some good prices. Sergers, what do you call them? cover stitches. And then the 680 plus, which I love, y'all, many of y'all know that's one of my favorite machines. That's $200 off. These right here, the 530, it's 699 and it's on sale for 499. That's $200 off. Then you go up one more level, that's a 560. It's normally 999, it's 699. Oh my gosh, these are some great prices right there. I'm very excited about it. And you all know I love my Elnas. So move back over here. Thank you for joining us today. And I am Tisha at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store. I will be back next Wednesday to show you some more new stuff for What's New Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.